How to adjust to a GF that squirts a lot. Serious question, despite the jokes in the comments. I am not exactly sexually inexperienced, but I've recently started seeing my first squirter. Some people find that hot. I'm not one of them. It's urine. She's great. And I know she can't help it. But she's essentially just pissing everywhere when we get intimate. So far what I've come up with is 1. Buy a protective covering for the mattress, obvious. 2. Maybe ask her to pee first. 3. Put a towel down. 4. Have an uncomfortable but honest conversation and maybe break things off. Any input is appreciated. I'd like this relationship to develop further, but this is a bit of an issue for me. I don't want to need to shampoo the mattress every time we get intimate. She's a great person, but if the sex is a problem for either of us, I don't see how this works out. When I was dating a squirter, I'd ask her to pee before things got too intimate, and I'd place down a few old towels that we'd refer to as the cum towels. I enjoyed it at first, but it becomes quite the chore. These methods work decently enough for me. The 4 sexiest words in the language: put a towel down. Snorkel. I used to date a squirter. Used to call her my little juice box. Yeah, I haven't been with someone that does it regularly and can see how that would become an issue. It may feel a lil fucked up to break things up BC of it, but if it's not for you, then it's not for you. There will be guys out there that feel they've hit the jackpot with her, so maybe moving on could make you both happier. If you did break up though, please don't blame it on the squirting, as it'll make her insecure about for the foreseeable future. All the best, hombre. I have an option 5: bottle it and sell on the internet. I'm 33 and experienced in the bedroom, but my GF squirted for the first time in her life last week. I kinda enjoyed it, TBH. And it's the first for me too. It doesn't smell like urine or taste like it either. Aha. If anything, I'd say to not mention you're bothered by it. Otherwise it will play on her mind during sex and ruin the mood. If I don't want it to happen, it doesn't happen, because I pause and wait for the feeling to pass. This could make sex less fun though. Honestly, I just pray the person I'm with loves it and I request towels, but sometimes that's ignored. That's all you can really do if you don't want constant interruptions. And yes, it's pee. You're right to dislike that. If you dislike that, lol, hopefully no one is sparking the age-old debate in the comments. I keep seeing in the comments the argument that it isn't piss, and I'd like to broaden my knowledge here if someone has resources, but it's hard not to assume it's not piss. When a woman squirts, it doesn't come from the vagina. It comes from the urethra. The female urethra, unlike male, only has one channel, and that's straight to the bladder, and the bladder only. Only urine is produced in the bladder, and I think that the substance and smell that disorients people from classifying it as anything other than urine is relative to the woman's diet. But it's safe to assume, for me anyway, the fluid from a woman squirting is urine. Lay down a towel and fuck outdoors more? Towels, lots of towels. She is essentially just pissing everywhere, lol. Sorry, but that made me fucking laugh out loud, tears of joy. I'd like to say this is messed up. Now you clowns are turning around and blaming women for squirting in addition to calling it pee. It not pee, and it doesn't come from the bladder. Read about Skeen's glad female prostate. As a male, have you tried to pee while hard as a rock? You can't. There is a figure 8 muscle configuration around the urethra and anus. When aroused to the fullest, you cannot pee no matter how hard you push. This is pathetic. And a note. I'm a guy saying this. Women have it hard trying to orgasm already, and now you men trying to make them feel worse. I was 20 when I first got peed on. Was disgusted at first. Now I'm hoping she'd come back. Sexual compatibility is crucial. And you guys aren't sexually compatible. Nothing wrong with that. You deserve to have sex the way you want. And she deserves to squirt to her heart's content without being self-conscious of it. It wouldn't be wrong of you to break things off. But if you're happy to deal with it, I wouldn't say anything to her. It will only make her insecure. Everybody has their thing, man. Don't make it weird. You're partners and accept each other's eccentricities. Never use an old ragged towel. Her ass deserves the good towel. Change your positioning so you don't take it to the eyes and drive on. I wish peeing beforehand helped with me. I really don't like squirting. It distracts my entire orgasm. I can't get the picture of the Gordon's fisherman fucking your girlfriend out of my head. It comes from the Skene's gland. Studies have shown that there was little to no difference in amount before and after urination pre-orgasm. The fact that people still debate things as small as this has left me with little faith in information at this point, tbh. There's traces of urine in it, but it is not urine. A girl can go pee and they will still squirt, speaking from experience. Breaking it off because she's a squirter is crazy emo. You let her go to someone that isn't disgusted by her. Well, we use pet pads. They are quite comfortable and prepared to deal with liquids, and also hygienic and disposable. In my opinion, it's the best approach. Towels and such involve a lot of washing or changing sheets. Now with the pads, when it's time to get serious, you just put it beneath you and go to town, ha ha ha. Ask her what she's done in past relationships. While it's new to you, she's probably been experiencing it for years. Take it in the face like a champ. Keep her in her kennel and take her out to go pee outside every 30 minutes until she's housebroken. 1 waterproof cover on mattress X2 extra to swap after. 2 rubber-backed rugs on sides of bed for railing while standing on side. 3 rewashable pee pads, home healthcare type. 4 extra sets of sheets. I mean, if you're not into that, you're not into that. I don't think you can just flip a switch. Almost 50. How am I just now learning about this? It's not urine. My GF squirts occasionally, and I know from personal experience it's not pee. For the record, you can still squirt even if you've already peed. It's not entirely piss. Edit. Oh great. The men have come to tell us about our bodies again. Despite of what some may have you believe, squirting is just urine. Hot in porn. Not so much IRL. I learned from my urologist that urination during sex, aka squirting, means you have a weak pelvic floor. She gave me a list of pelvic floor exercises to strengthen it, which you could Google. Even if you guys don't mind the squirting, it would probably be a good idea for her to work on strengthening her pelvic floor, because as she ages, it could be very problematic. She may lose more control of her bladder than she would like, and sex could become painful. Squirting is not all urine. It is fluid that comes from the 2 glands at the lower end of the urethra. If you don't want her to squirt, then you need to hold in your fluids as well. Realize she's actually pissing and have the appropriate reaction. Is it all kinds of sex? Are there maybe some positions where it doesn't happen? I do think it's a bit shitty of you to say she's essentially just pissing everywhere. It's like you're talking about her like she's an untrained animal of sorts. I honestly don't know if I'd want to be with someone who described me like that. Edit. I'd like to give a shout out to you Dabiduda, who commented and then immediately blocked me without allowing a response. The phrasing of she's essentially just pissing everywhere is terrible, and if you look at his response, he admits to speaking to her in less than favorable terms here. Or maybe you should just introduce her to me. It doesn't seem like you appreciate talent.